Hello everybody, it's Facebook Live. This is Trainer Joe here. Today we're talking about hunger is overrated. Most people struggle to lose weight. And one of the primary reasons for that is how they approach hunger. So today I'm going to teach you a new approach to hunger so you can lose weight and keep it off. Now hey, it's normal to get hungry, and it's a blessing to experience hunger, and it would be nice to be able to use that to determine when and how much we eat. But here's my question. What evidence is there that you eating when you feel like it, when you think you're hungry, what evidence is there that that works for you? Okay, it'd be normal to be able to do that, but is it normal to be overweight, to be obese, to be morbidly obese? If that's your experience, then we need to conclude that your hunger gauge doesn't function properly. And until it does, we need to bypass it. We need to go around that. What if in your car, your gas gauge didn't work? And when it said empty, it was really halfway full. And every time it got to empty, you went and put gas in it. Gas is going to go everywhere. You're going to need a spare tank to handle the gas that's going everywhere because you put gas in it when you didn't need gas. That's what many people do. I was at Panera yesterday, and I sometimes observe other people around, and there was a lady eating with a friend of hers, ladies eating, and one I noticed she was probably 80 to 100 pounds overweight, nearly morbidly obese. That's not that unusual, and she was eating, and hey, okay, I judge people a little bit on their eating. It's my job. This is what I do. I'm learning, so I'm observing. And she's got her bread, and she's dipping it in the soup and enjoying her bread, and it looks yummy, and she seems to be enjoying it. As anybody would. Is she hungry? If I was to have a conversation with her and talk about food and eating in that moment, are you hungry? Are you hungry for the bread? She would probably say she's hungry, right? Is she? I once worked with a lady that she said, Joe, I'm embarrassed to tell you. She said, but during the day, in between meals, I average 5 Cliff Bars a day because I want to avoid getting hungry. So she would have Cliff Bars, about 210 calories a piece, I believe, in between meals to avoid getting hungry. Is she hungry? Do you ever get out of bed in the morning before you feel like it, before you feel fully rested? If I waited to get out of the bed until I felt like it, I'd still be in the bed. Do you ever go to work even though you got a little bit of a headache or you feel kind of tired? Yeah. You're going to have to be able to do that with hunger too. Just because you feel like, I think I need something to eat. Okay. I'm making people hungry. I can tell that out there. Thanks. Just because you think you need something to eat, it's kind of like saying, I think I need to stay in bed. Well, guess what? It's time to get up and go to work. Think about this. What if you had absolutely no ability to determine hunger? You didn't know. You didn't have that hunger sensation. You had no idea when you should eat, when you shouldn't eat. You didn't have that ability. No gauge. How would you determine when you ate and how much you ate? When would you eat? What would determine whether you ate something or not? The bread, dipping it in your soup. Would you or would you not? How would you decide that? How would you decide? 1 piece of chicken or 2? Would you like dessert with that? I don't know. Do I want dessert with that? Do you? How do you know whether you do or not? Yeah. You look at the scale and it tells you. Are you hungry? And you get on the scale, it says, well, you're 80 pounds overweight. Guess what? You probably ain't hungry. I'm sorry, am I mean? Does that sound mean? It's just the truth. Look at the scale. Guess what? You're rarely hungry because it's way overweight. Look at the scale. Ask it, am I hungry? Let's finish with this. Do you remember the story in the Bible about Jesus in the wilderness for 40 days? And after 40 days, if you read it in any version, they all are going to say the same thing. After 40 days, he was hungry. After 40 days? Well, of course he's hungry after 40 days. But I think that means he was really hungry. He went through the normal hunger and it burned all the fat off his body and that was gone. And now he's hungry, like starving hungry, when you eat just about anything. And that's when the devil said, hey, why don't you turn these stones into bread? And remember, anybody know what Jesus said? He said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. You will have nothing to do with when I decide to eat. Of course I need to eat. Of course I'm hungry. That doesn't mean I should eat right now. We need something that sustains us beyond just food. He was getting sustenance from something else. I know we need to eat, but we need to get beyond this. Well, I'm hungry. I need something to eat. We all feel it. We all experience it. I get hungry too. I want a donut right now. I always want a donut. But I don't always eat one. Don't let the devil decide when you're going to eat. Sometimes you just need to say no and embrace the hunger. Think about all the people around the world that are really hungry and not getting enough to eat. There's a bunch of them. If we can develop just a proper perspective and appreciation for what we have, maybe not the bread dipped in the soup, I have no issue with that. But if you're 100 pounds overweight, you need to question, am I really hungry? And be thankful for the salad and chicken and salmon on it. While you're losing weight, not eating the bread and drinking the pop and having the scone. Nothing wrong with those things, but if you're 80 pounds overweight, it's time to say no to that for a year or so. Did somebody call me a meanie out there? Hey, I love you guys. I really do. I want a donut, but I'm not going to have a donut. I don't need a donut. Embrace the hunger. I'm just here to help you train your brain and transform your body. Thanks for tuning in. If you think this would help a friend of yours, share it with them. That doesn't mean you're telling them they need to lose weight. It just means you care about them.